Am I wrong on how I perceive my sister? For context, I'm still in high school with long brown hair and at a healthy weight, but not exactly slim or overweight. My sister has brown hair with blonde dyed tips, who has already graduated a good while ago, still living in the same place as us. Hypocrite could have another definition. Her name would be in it. She complains about how I dress, then comments on how I should dress like the kids my age in general. Well, I do it, then she immediately brings me down on it. When I wear what I want to wear, the first thing she is negative. I do tend to wear lower-cut tops and skirts, although that's a good majority of my peers. It's not like I'm out there flashing everyone, but I swear she makes me feel like I'm some sort of skank, to the point where when we hung out together once I was on the verge of angry tears and shaking. It definitely sounds like I'm some sort of brat. Let the courts know that I never once whined in front of her and only did it when she wasn't looking. This brings me to my next point. I can't reply to her. As I said before, she's older than me and have far more authority than me. For someone who always tells me that to stand up for myself more often, it feels like I'm living in a chicken coop with how many eggshells I'm walking on. Any reply to her negative or downright mean-spirited comments is seen as a threat, and she responds to it with immediate aggression, never anything physical. Not only that, I have a higher-pitched voice with lots of emotion with people, but when I'm at home, I'm tired and I don't feel like having to act like that. So when I use my regular, deeper, or monotone voice, the first words from her mouth is, "What's up with the attitude?" furrowing her eyebrows, and ISTG the tension could be cut with a knife. Please note that the day before that she said that I can be open with her. I can never relax when I'm at home and she's around. So oftentimes I avoid escalating the situation and sit in a different room from her. The stress I get from interacting with her has brought me to tears, and my mom would comfort me. Lately, though, I've had to tell her I was all right and made sure to not ET my sister see or hear her soothing me. This is because she's always complaining on how mom always defends me. There are many personal reasons on why they're so disconnected in their familial relationship, but it was well before I was born. For a good amount of my adolescence, I acted as their glue, always trying to resolve or communicate peacefully through their screaming matches. I don't know if this is just me, but I feel like a teen would need more emotional support than a full-grown adult. As the teen has a limited support system, they can't just to drive somewhere to calm themselves, and they have so much less grounds to stand up for themselves. Another important mention, I always defended her when she wasn't around. Am I wrong for not wanting to be around her when every time I spend time alone with her, my head almost hurts from it? Her jokes are never funny, and as she says it, it's funny for her. It's always too aggressive and only meant to irritate me while knowing I can't say anything back. Why would I want to be in the same room as her? Then she goes and complains and whines whenever I try to separate myself. She suddenly goes on these weird diets on unprocessed food only, no carbs, and push me to do it too, seemingly showing that she's better than me, as she eats a full meal at 12 a.m. I'm not skinny, but I've never had anyone ever comment on my body or shape before her. She's quite literally why I have body dysmorphia. Ironically, she has a much fuller body than me and speaks on how people always made her feel horrible about it. She does a lot for me. Don't get me wrong. I don't believe I'm entitled, but I guess everyone thinks that about themselves. I seriously can't remember the last time she did a chore. Like actually, my mom, who has a full-time job, manages to do nearly everything, while my sister, with way fewer hours, spends all her time outside. She deserves a life, I know. Still, I can't remember a singe household chore she's done for months. I wanted to help out since I can't financially. Not as much as my mom, but I wash the dishes, sweep, vacuum, do maintenance, and am learning to do the laundry. I try my best to empathize with her, try to see her point of view. She always comes to wanting hugs or kisses, and I just don't want to. She was literally shouted at me before for not giving her a hug. Am I, the teen, emotionally responsible for my full-grown sister? She expects me to be dumb and unaware of a lot of things, so when I bring up songs or references, she's baffled on how I know them. What's up with that? Also, I have never blown up and raised my voice at her. She makes me feel fat and ugly and stupid. I can't wait until I leave for college. There are probably dozens of things I never mention here. Like how I may despise many of her attributes, but I would risk my life for her because she's still my sister. Am I crazy and biased? I could always be a narcissistic person, twisting the story, and not even realize it.